All right, so first of all, uh, when people talk like this, have these type of conversations, very religious people feel like, oh, you got a devil inside of you because you're questioning your faith. You know, you're questioning what you believe. Uh, but I want to encourage some people: you're not alone uh, in this thing called faith. Believing in God, believing in the Bible. I do believe a lot of things that we learn from the Bible philosophically. It's very good for life, you know, very important for life. Uh, but I feel a lot of things in the Bible that we believe or we've heard throughout our lives as far as church. Um, you know, what we have taught is very literal, but I feel it's more layers to things that we see in the Bible. I think there is a lot of double meanings. But I want to talk about you're not alone. You know, I've had my doubts about God. Like a lot of you know, I'm I'm a person that's very much into history, the origin of things or how things came about. And I came across and I've seen a lot of videos watching the History Channel, watching National Geographic, researching for myself about the Council of Nicaea and how Constantine wanted this one world religion, uh, and this kind of where Roman Catholicism, Protestants originated the things that we believe as far as these religions. You know, I've been in church all my life. I've been a church musician. I played drums in the church. I played keys in church. I still play keys in church. But it's still, you know, you still have those doubts in your mind about certain things in the Bible that you believe. And looking out here, walking, looking at the beautiful sky, looking at the trees, looking at the beautiful animals out here, looking at the birds flying, I do believe there is a creator of all things. You know, looking at these beautiful homes, somebody had to have the vision to create these architectures and stuff like that. So I do believe that there is a creator, but at the same time, I still have doubts about things that I've been taught over the years. Um, there's a lot of things I learned and even discussed with my family about holidays, about Christmas, about so many things I've learned. I've learned a lot about Easter and Valentine's Day, how a lot of these holidays are pagan, came from pagan origins. And so with this knowledge that I've acquired or built up, I often have a lot of questions. Um, I think a lot of people base their beliefs, and I think it's the truth. A lot of people base their beliefs off of traditionalism, you know, what they've learned, especially the older generation. I feel now, you know, because of technology and the knowledge that you can, you know, pick up, you know, just from typing questions inside of Google. I think this generation, millennials and younger, you know, I think we have a lot more questions than, you know, I'll say baby boomers and stuff like that. We have more um, questions about God. Um, I saw this discussion, or I should say debate, religious debate, and it kind of opened my eyes because, you know, all my life I've debated against friends, against even family about certain things in the Bible, and this guy, he said something interesting. You know, it was an argument about Christmas, and I feel like, you know, religion oftentimes divides friends, even family, and certain things. And he asked a question that really kind of shook me. He said, you know, we having all this debate about this and about that, why don't God, you know, say something and clear to give us an answer, because we are arguing and debating, and we are isolating ourselves from each other because of what we believe. This person believed, and the argument was about Christmas. One person believed that we shouldn't celebrate Christmas, and one person believed that we should celebrate Christmas. Uh, and learning about the pagan origins of Christmas, how it came from Saturnalia and stuff like that. Uh, you know, Everybody's going back and forth, but one guy came in there and said, why isn't God coming down and clarifying what is true and what is not? And it kind of opened my eyes, because I always been a very inquisitive person. I always had a lot of questions. I never went with the crowd. And my family can tell you, I never went with the crowd. I always had my own voice, my own decisions about things in life. And I had that question. I have had a lot of questions in my mind. But sometimes you're often afraid to ask these questions, especially in church, because I feel like a lot of Christians, they feel like, my religion, what I believe is superior to everybody else. And I've talked about it in a live before as well. You go to one church, they believe this about the Bible on a certain subject. And then you go to another church and they talk about the same subject, but it's something totally different. It's a different belief system. It's a different doctrine. And I want to go into the sensitive topics about the Bible. But it's a lot of things, being, like I said, being a church musician, being in the church. I played at a lot of churches. I played at different denominational churches, different denominations. I played at Holiness. I played at Pentecostal. I played especially at Baptist. I was raised in Baptist church, and you oftentimes have a lot of questions, because I go to one church, they believe this about a certain subject, like I said, and then you go to another church and they believe something else. And you have that question, like the guy I saw on YouTube. He said, why don't God come down and like Uncle Nephew Tommy on Steve Harvey come down and rectify these issues? And come down and tell us the real deal. Because a lot of these topics, a lot of these discussions have in reality has divided families, has divided friends, because everybody has their own beliefs about certain things in the Bible. I've had heated discussions with friends in the past, and this is an interesting thing to talk about. I've had debates about certain things, in the Bible, about certain subjects, and my friend believes something else, and I believe something different, and we had heated debates, especially during my college years, because I was really deep into the Bible and what I believed and stuff like that. And it's funny, years later, it seems like the things that he said to me, debated against me, I believe what he believes now, about certain subjects. And so it's crazy how it comes full circle as far as religion, and that's why, I want to say, you're not alone about, having doubts about God, having doubts about certain things you learn about God in the Bible, certain things, certain doctrines. It's just like over time, like I said, I'm really into history. You just learn so much about the origins of certain things, and you can look it up for yourself about Constantine during the Council of Nicaea, about the Trinity, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, how they came up with a conclusion about that doctrine, because during that time, uh, a lot of the Romans, the Roman people and people around there, that Greco-Roman era, a lot of them was still into paganism. A lot of them was still into polytheistic beliefs, and a lot of people was converting into believing in Jesus Christ and the Christian uh, belief and stuff like that. Uh, about Paul, going into Rome and stuff like that, and a lot of people was converting into this belief in Christ. And so, what Constantine did was trying to come to a solution, a world, a superior religion or belief that everybody can, get into. And so he merged a lot of celebrations like Saturnalia, and he merged it into Christmas, Christ Mass. It started like that, Christ Mass. And a lot of these things merged together. And, we have today Christmas, but there's still a lot of things in Christmas that is pagan. The tree and all that stuff was, all this stuff was considered pagan and stuff like that, during this time. And so, it's a lot of things I learned, about these things. Even Constantine, he had a vision of the cross that we see today, the picture of the cross. The picture we often see today to depict Jesus Christ down on the cross. It was said that he had a vision of the cross as well. And so it's a lot of things I've learned over time that I question, about religion. And so, like I said, I just want to say, you're not alone. Don't let people feel like you're an evil person or you got the devil in you because you kind of your beliefs has changed and you studied certain things about the Bible that seems like it's not true anymore, or it's different layers to what we've learned in the Bible. Don't feel bad, because it's like 1,000,001 different ways people interpret things in the Bible. Some people, especially be around people, religious people, they say, "Oh, you taking that out of context." But you should say that to 1,000,001 people around the world, because people may read the same text in the Bible and they get a different interpretation of the Bible. And I had that problem in school. I think that's probably why I had a problem with comprehension in school, because I read a book and I have my own interpretation about what it was about. And I get the answer wrong because I have my own opinions about what I read. And I had a difficult time in school about comprehension, because I interpreted a story in my own way instead of, I guess that's why I'm a very creative person, person. And so, like I said, you're not alone. A lot of people have their doubts about God, about the existence of God. But me, looking around, seeing, everything, even seeing myself, it had to been a creator, to create all things. But at the same time, you do question, and I know you do. Even ministers at one time probably have doubted things about God, things they learn. So you're not alone. I've had my questions about God as well. And so again, appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, peace.